splatter. Petty, don't matter. Far as that tatter, I pray to God they rat-a-tatter. Hey, what's a rapper? I started off that, now a better. I get capital. I help my people to get cheddar. I do business. Look here, stay out my business. I'm so iceberg slimish, stainless, not a blemish. I should've been in prison. Don't boy remorse, no cases pinned. I got the rolling flooded, soaking wet, but ain't been swimming. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking? Talking that's funky. Get about my face, wearing that monkey. Not that. That might give you life advice. Get some money. It's the paper power pastor, burning rubber faster than a call NASCAR. My solo, no sir, I am not a passer. I will not after any of you fever blistered.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a play fake. Carr. And his throw here's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's complete to Troutman, right side.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
The Saints at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And they were able to tough it out last week. A close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
On play action, Winston. And the Raiders have got him.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Max Crosby is really starting to get his due around the league as one of the best young pass rushers in the game. 25 sacks in his first 3 seasons.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Winston.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels.
Touchdown, New Orleans! Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your...
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that Diaz had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Following the interception, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Kamara trying again, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Carr now on 1st down.
Oh, Adams, what a grab.
Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams, 31 yards.
And the Raiders have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd down, Winston. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That tackle for loss earned by Alontae Taylor.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr escaping the pressure right. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Carr. Delivering it up. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's a big...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. To throw his Carr. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of it.
Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
A first down throw for Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. Thomas has got it. Complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Winston's looking for Olave, and he's got him. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Kamara up the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From the red zone now, Winston. This is caught. And he's brought down. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Saints have retaken a third-quarter lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. At the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll throw with Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
On the move past the 40.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Tyron Johnson, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Jameis to throw it. And Thomas has it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Yeah, this will wind up a Saints first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
First down, Winston.
Olave over the middle. And he'll be brought down with the first down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
That's Olave bringing in another one. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on 3rd down. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Carr. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You called that pick in early, and he showed why he was so coveted with that interception there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On second down, Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for New Orleans,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week.